Okay, for the first course playthrough, I chose Coyote Hills in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Um, Given that this is my first uh, playthrough, um, I made probably every mistake, video mistake that I could have made uh, creating the raw footage. A lot of times I was too far away from the camera. I didn't face the camera when I was talking, so it's very hard to hear sometimes. Um, but I put it together anyway. I'm going to put it out there for people to take a look at, and going forward, I'll learn from my mistakes and I'll get better. Um, anyway, this is Coyote Hills in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Enjoy. All right, folks. Today we are here in Carlisle at Coyote Hills. This is actually one of my favorite courses. It has challenges both on the short version and the long version. It has some holes that get me just about every time I play. So we're going to go through. When I think of it, I'll point out the long version or the long basket positions, but we are just going to do shorts today. And we are not going to, this is not a practice round. This is a course demo, I guess. Just to show you all who haven't been at Coyote Hills what you're missing. So I'm going to go warm up a little bit and we'll get started with hole one. All right, so hole one, short position is 318. Basically straight up fairway, and at the end, hook off to the right. The long position is 534, and it's way up on the hill by the road in those pine trees. So we are going short. I am going to basically try to bend a backhand around the right side trees and see if I can get in there for a putt. It didn't bend quite enough, but that's okay. I've got to look in. Alright, shot was a lot shorter than I expected. I'm going to blame it on wintertime. It looks like I've got about 70 feet, but it's an easy up and down. I just need to get it up on the green and not go OB. By the way, there's OB all along the right side. There's a rope on the ground, and it's not far from the basket. It's inside the circle, so be careful when you're pitching up.
gets us started. All right, hole 2 is a little unusual for Coyote because not only do they have a long and a short tee pad, but they also have a long and a short basket. You can see maybe all the way down the tunnel, the red basket. That is their shorter basket. That is not the basket I play. I play the longer basket, which is down this fairway into an open landing area, and then it basically J-hooks hard around to the left. The longer pin position is 407. The red pin position is, I think, 331. 331. So my goal is to get as far down the tunnel as possible and hopefully into the open landing area, and it'll give me a shot around the corner. The longer pin position, the one I'm playing today, is par 4, whereas this short little one pitch is a par 3. So how aggressive do I feel like being? I think I'm going to be smart and just play a mid-range. Exactly what we want to do. Okay, we made it to the landing area. This looks a lot different in the wintertime. In the summertime, with all the foliage in, you can't see the basket. And there's a ton of choices here, none of them good. There's lots of little branches. On the obvious line, but the wider line, which I don't know if you can see, there's a line here to the right that I could hook way up around, but little trees in the way, and that angle is bad. It's just hard. So I'm going to risk throwing the obvious line, see if I can get through the little branches. I did not get through the branches. The crew at Coyote Hills is very, very good about marking their OBs. Use a lot of staked rope, which makes it very, very easy. Rope fades a little bit, but makes it very easy to see out of bounds lines. Usually when I play here during tournaments and stuff, this cut is played as casual if there's water in it, which happens probably less than 50% of the time. So hit the branch, landed in the crap. I'm going to try to putt out, but my goal is just not mess up the up and down. And just an FYI, there is water in here, but the leaves make it hard to see. So In order to not have wet feet, I'm going to move the disc back and take my first dry stance. Not fall. All right, here we go. Yep. We're consistent. It said not fall. Stress-free par. I'll take it. All right, hole 3, 176, real short. Hooks down to the right, down over the hill. Creek is right behind the basket, 5 feet maybe. So risk reward, do you go try to get close and risk going into the creek? I mean, that's up to you. There is a long pin position or long tee pad. If you see this little road here, the road keeps going down here on the left, and I'm not playing that. I'm playing short. So the forehand is kind of tough here because you have to go past these trees before you cut, and then when you do cut, big chance that you're going to skip and go OB. Forced turnover is probably a better choice, but it's a touchier shot. So this is what we're going to try. We're going to try forced turnover with the putter, and take note, this is one of the few times when you ever see me throw a putter off the tee pad. So let's give it a shot. Heard it hit, so here's hoping we didn't go OB. Alright, so I didn't get my shot out away from the tee pad far enough, so I hung up in this little stuff on the right. But it does give me a look at the basket if I want to run it. Again, risky, and I don't take a lot of risks, so I think we're just going to try a quick layup and get our par and get at it. Snow and ice makes that shot even more tricky. Find a way to get down the hill without freaking hit. No, you're not going to be able to see me putt, but that's okay. It's nice and close. Nice easy par. Take it to get out of here. Okay, hole 4, par 4, 326 for the short position, 423 for the long position, 2 pins, 1 tee pad. This is literally a square corner. Get up the hill, turn 90 degrees to the left. There's actually a downslope once you get closer to the pin, and it hides the pin. So if you're playing here and you get up to the top, the short pin is down over the far hill, just so you know what you're looking at. So my play here is usually either a standstill backhand to just get up on the hill to the landing position, or try a forehand flex, but nah, not so much. I think we're just going to go with the backhand. Well, nice quiet shot. Let's see where that ended up. I realized that I lied. They put in a new short tee pad at the top of the hill. I've never played it. I probably won't unless I play it in a tournament at some point. I like this up the hill and around the corner, and that's what I'm used to playing, so that's what I play. The pin is basically in this direction. I need to curve something around right to left and drop it over the edge of the hill. So let's try a little barge shot here. Something hard, and that was much wider than I had intended, but it got through and got down there. It's close to the pin. Okay, so not too bad behind this tree, but I should be able to get up in there. I should be able to get this putt. There is a leak going on today, so I may have to bounce around a little bit to avoid being in their way. All right, that's the first birdie. All right. Okay, hole 5. Uphill, dog leg right. It's a par 3. It says 180, but I don't believe it. It throws a lot longer than 180. Again, it's, you know, I can throw a forehand, but I'm not going to get there. I'm going to try a backhand turnover. Still didn't get there, but I'm up on top. By the way, there is a long tee pad that's up on the left, and there's a long pin that they just put in the last year or two that's to the left of the short pin. Like I had said earlier, this is the old school layout. So it ends up being a mixture of red and yellow baskets. Ooh, juiced that one. Wow. Juiced them both. That's definitely a missed opportunity. Should have had that one. All right, hole 6, 453, par 3. Nice straight shot, finishes to the left. It's extremely downhill. There is a long pin position, I don't know, 120 or so back that way up on the hill. I don't throw that one. I like to throw that one, but I don't throw it in this layout. So the goal is just drive it straight down, let it fade left. I usually end up about 100 short. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I'm a little more than 100 short though. Alright, so after keep in mind that there's OB all along the tree line on the left side and behind it. So if I'm going to err, I need to err right and short. That's way short. I'm in the circle. It was a lot shorter than I intended. Alright, I am in the circle, but just. Shorted. But a save is a save. All right, hole 7, 189, par 3. It's just a short little pitch over the creek. This is where I got my first tournament ace, although when I was playing that tournament, the tee pad was in front of us about 30 feet. So I'm going to do the same thing I always do on this tee pad. Is just throw my bar straight, let it get out there over the creek, and then hook left, and I don't know, maybe another ace run. Again, a lot farther right than I intended, but I got lucky, missed everything. Take that. By the way, this is the only place on this course where it is treacherous to use a cart. Because if you can see it in the background, up there is the tee pad, and you have to come down the hill, across the bridge. Just be safe. Hole 8, 253, par 3. gentle left to right hook, just right for a forehand. Throw it through this window. There is supposedly a left line, but no. No, no. Oh, it's inside. I don't know. We'll have to see when we get up there. That was a little too tight to the right-hand side. Yeah, we got real lucky to get through some of this brush and actually be out in the open. But I don't have much of a shot, so I'm just going to pitch up. That'll work. Oh, yeah. Don't do that. Don't be lazy. All right, stress-free par. I'll take a stress-free par. Hole 9, 264, par 3. Through the tunnel, over the creek, through the woods, and then Grandma's house is, once you get to that open area, about 30 degrees right, and probably another 100 feet up the hill. So, goal here is to throw a forehand. I'm going to throw this Coyote, which is stupid overstable, and try to just get to the open area. That's how you draw it up. All right. Got some trees in my way, so I think I'm just gonna flip a forehand up there and get out of here with a, hopefully with a par. Yeah, a little lefter than I would have liked. So, that was the front 9 of Coyote Hills, old school short layout. I think I'm at 2 under. I'm gonna go play the back half. Sounds like the one group from leagues is catching up, so I'm gonna let them pass. But yeah, I'll be back. I'll go do the backside. If you're cutting out now, go crash some chains. Right. This is Coyote Hills, old school white layout. This is the back half, 10 through 18. Hole 10 is a 277 par 3. Another through the woods shot. It's actually an S. You have to bend to the right and then get up to the road and then hard left around a bunch of trees. I'm just going to break it into 2 pieces. I'm going to do the right fade with a backhand turnover. Get Get up there as far as I can and then worry about getting to the green. Now, I think I turned it over a little too far. I ended up in the crap on the right. Alright, so I'm in the mess. I've got this whole wall of crap in front of me. Basket's up here on the hill. So I'm going to try to just scuba something up over the top and see if I can miss the branches and get up close to the basket. Ooh. And briars. Alright, maybe not. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I can't really get in. Man, oh man. Alright, let's try this. Upside down, backhand, shoot. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. Let's try just forehand roll or something out. Well, it's out. It's ugly, but it's out. There wasn't a whole hell of a lot I could do with that and not rip the crap out of my arms. Yeah, once again, I'm stymied here. So, just gonna pitch up and around, take my bogey. Shame to take a bogey on that hole, but take what you got. All right, this hole 11. Ooh, I gotta turn the camera. There we go. Stay there. Hole 11, 285, par 3. The hole that I'm playing, up the fairway, curve to the left. 285, I should get there close. This is one of the two new holes that they put in on this course that I absolutely love, and I'm not playing either one of them today. The new hole 11 goes up to the bend, but instead of turning left, it turns right through the woods. It is a tough shot. It is a placement shot first, and then a tight tunnel. Kind of sad I'm not playing it today, but hey, that's not why we're here. So, let's see what we can do with this one. Up and to the right, just a simple backhand. Or up and to the left, sorry. Simple backhand. Exactly what we want. I'm probably edge of circle, maybe a little shorter than that. All right, again, way shorter than I expected to be. We're just going to pitch around. I do have a left-hand shot, or a lefty shot. It just depends on what I'm feeling. During a tournament, I'd probably lefty it. But let's just do this. ended up way left both shots. That's all right. It's an up and down. All right. Cleanups. Let's keep it going. All right. This is hole 12, 282, par 3. This hole always frustrates me because I always think that I can get in onto the green for a putt for a birdie, and every time I throw it, I either throw it too far right, give myself way too big of a shot, or I cut it left and there's crap right before the turn into the green. These bushes right here is a false corner, so you basically have to get up past that pine tree. I'm going to throw just a regular backhand and see if this might be one of the few times I can actually get to the green. Short again, short and behind that crap. So once again, I put myself into a bad spot. I've got a wall of crap here. It's way higher than I am. I've got branches left. And I'm only 60 feet out. So I'm going to try this scuba shot and see what happens. Well, I'm on the green. I don't know how close I am. I can't see. All right, that turned out better than I thought. But once again, didn't make the corner. Put myself in an ugly spot. Someday. All right, this is hole 13. The pin that I'm playing is 656. The par 4. There's actually two other pins. There's a short pin that's in the woods on the left, and then there's a long pin that's way up over the hill past that light, or past that power pole. So I'm playing the middle position, 656. It's just hard as you can throw, and then hard as you can throw, because it's pretty extremely uphill over there. Turn a nice fade. Thanks. No, it's not. All right. Shot 2, hard as I can throw. Because I don't feel like pulling them in out. Not bad. Okay. Up the hill, into the woods, missed the tree, on the green. Should be easy. on the back side of the green. It's a little far for a putt. All right, it's closer than I thought. Oh yeah, missed one right and one left. Gotta love that. Well, can't make every shot. I shouldn't miss those though. That was in the circle. I shouldn't be missing two in a row like that. All right, this is 14, 382, par 3. Pretty hard downhill, but narrow fairway. This is the epitome of like old school Pennsylvania disc golf. I'm about 50-50 on this one. It just depends. It depends on how the drive goes. This tee pad's a little slippery, so not sure exactly what I'm going to do here. All right, I'll give it a try. If I fall on my butt, it'll make for a fun video. Got down there pretty far, but I'm up on the hill. All right, so I have to do some fancy work here. The disc is up on the hill. The basket is down there. So I'll put this there. I'm gonna go up and see if I can get it up and down. Let's just take water. I need to practice. Oh yeah, pretty breakaway. Take your time. All right. This is hole 15, 210, uphill, and tight. So this one usually bites me too, so let's see if we can get through the gauntlet of trees and get up there to at least, I don't know, imagine we have a look at a putt. Well, I pulled it to the right. Got up there a bit, but now I'm back in the crap. As I suspected, I put myself in another bad spot. Let's see. think the only thing I have is a forehand up and out. And I'm not sure I'm going to get anywhere close to the green. Well, I got out. I got up there. We'll see where it is when we get actually good on the green. Alright, I saw it roll backwards. Didn't think it rolled quite this far. And again. With not really anything out. Alrighty then. That was an unexpected save. Alright, hole 16. 3 pin positions. One is 3/4 of the way down the fairway, hard right. Sorry, hard right. The old school one is the one that you might be able to see up here, straight on the fairway. And then the long pin is past that, slight left dog leg down over the hill. That's ugly. So let's see what we can do here. Well, that was certainly the road less traveled. It pulled it to the right off the fairway and it came back and it was fine. All right, not a bad drive. Too far for a putt, but I'm here for a decently easy up and down. Ooh, that was close. Should try doing that more often. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty, hole 17, 366, par 4. Let's angle that camera up. There we go. Alright, hole 17, 366, par 4. Basically throw through the trees. It's pachinko, but they're spread out enough that you can get through. My goal is to stay right a little bit and let it drift back left. That's the goal. Remember. Went straight. And rolled backwards. I don't think we went to the creek though. This is probably as close as I can get the camera. I'm gonna have to go over to the other side. Alright, so I ended up here. Basket's up there. We'll see. Yeah. Alrighty. That's a pretty soft 4. It's like a 3.5. All right, last hole, 18, 380, par 3. Pretty much straight down the fairway, and then at the end it hooks left. It seems like an easy hole, and it's really not. The rough on the left side is brutal. I had mentioned earlier that there were 2 holes on this course that I really liked, 2 new ones that they put in that I wasn't playing either one. Sorry, 18 is the other one. 18 long tee pad is over in the woods, and it's this tight little tunnel that is not that long, but man is it difficult. And then at the end of the tunnel you need to go right and then left. So, you know, what do you throw? You throw something to get out of the tunnel. We'll worry about that later. Anyway, let's finish up. And I'm in the stuff on the left. That sucks, because that was a good shot. Oh well. Oh yeah, there's nothing in here. Wall of branches, and the basket itself is over this way. So the only thing I really have is to try to throw a 4-hand roller that curls around. But this is risky, but I don't have a choice. And I have to go over this before I can land the roller. Get around this way. Almost get around this way. These logs weren't in my way. Get around this way. Ah, maybe. Let's give it a try. Oh, it went straight. And now I'm in the stuff on the other side. Oh boy. Alright, well, here's our par look. And it slopes off behind the basket, so I can run it and risk a bogey, or I can play it up. And if you know me, or if you've been paying attention, I don't play long odds. I would much rather take the sure thing. Alrighty. And that takes care of that. I think I ended up even for the round, which it's not great out here on this course, but it's cold. I'm gonna keep blaming blaming my current play on cold and cold. Anyway, neither here nor there. That was Coyote Hills, back half, and if you are an older player or someone who doesn't throw 600 feet on your drives, the short course out here at Coyote Hills is a very nice course. Lets you have some opportunities to score, but it certainly challenges you, gives you the opportunity to try out some different shots. And I think I better get off the course because I think I'm being chased by a group. So until I see you guys out there, go crash some chains.